lagi tayong may itlog sa bahay, kaya sometimes nauubusan tayo ng ideas o anong lulutuin. Kaya gagawa naman tayo ng isang Chinese-inspired dish gamit ang eggs.
Simpol, luto na, ha.
So yung gagawin natin ngayon, isang egg fuyong or parang siyang omelette. It's a layered omelette which has been deep fried. Usually deep fried talaga siya in Chinese. Pero sa atin, it's just pan fried but medyo high fire siya para mag-fluff. Pero una niyan, before natin gagawin yung ating egg fuyong, gagawin muna natin ating sauce. Very simple sauce. I just have 1 cup of chicken stock, 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar. So, ito yung nagpapaspecial din sa ating egg fuyong is may sauce siya. It's bathed in nice, very nice oyster-based sauce. Then, I have some slurry, a little bit of cornstarch and water. I just dissolve my cornstarch and wait for my sauce base to boil. And we add our slurry. So, slurry again is cornstarch and water. Ito yung pangpalapot natin. Drizzle over. Ayan. And we just add a little bit of salt. A pinch of black pepper. And sesame oil. A tablespoon of sesame oil. And our sauce is done. So, we just let our sauce rest while we work on our fuyong. So before I start working on the eggs, I will saute. We are going to saute our meats first. So I have chicken breast which I cut into strips. Add a little oil on my pan. I'm using canola oil here. And I add my chicken strips. Season with a little salt. Add my shrimp. So this is around 8 pieces of shrimp which I cut into half. Then I add my onions, julienned white onions, and red and green bell pepper. So when you say julienned, ibig sabihin cut into cut na pahaba. Yan. We just cook until our vegetables are wilted and soft before we add into our eggs. So you can use whatever filling you want here. You can add mushrooms. As soon as our vegetables and meats are cooked, I beat eggs. So I have 6 eggs. Again, seasoned with salt and pepper. Just a little pepper. I don't want it too dark. And I add my sauteed meats and vegetables. So I heat up my pan again and add oil. Enough oil to cover the bottom of the pan. So, medyo maraming oil kasi yung fuyong talaga is like it's even supposed to be deep fried ang egg so that it really puffs up. We make sure that the pan is really hot. So, what we are going to do is actually to make 3 omelettes out of this mixture. So, we put them one over the other. So, it's like a pancake. And we get a spoonful of our meats and vegetables. Yan. See, it fluffs up. Look at that. As soon as the egg sets, no, hindi na siya watery, we have to flip very quickly. So, kailangan nyo ng konting skill for this, but to flip your egg. Yan. And, once that sets, we just transfer to our pan. Drain mo lang yung excess oil. And we make another. And we toss. And I just pour over our fuyong sauce over our eggs. Look at that. And we garnish. Nice flavor, nice texture, and look at that. You can do it at home with a little confidence and a little practice. Kayang-kaya nyo yan. Try it at home. Egg fuyong simple! Nagustuhan niyo ba ang video na to? Please share para lalong dumami ang ating mga kasimpol. And don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram accounts.